Hey everybody, I'm Glenn, and Xander's not with me tonight. He's off on an adventure, and sometimes that's good for a kid. But I just wanted to bring you up to speed on the hot box. All right, so I'm pretty excited about this. I've built a lot of projects, start to finish. Um, this might have been one of the more simple ones, but I gotta be honest with you, it is awesome. It works so well for something that's so simple, so easy, so straightforward, but it does its job so well. And yes, it is in a cardboard box. Now, first of all, I want to apologize for not having an assembly type video for this, and that was due to a glitch in the OBS software that I use for filming. I did actually video the whole entire assembly. Something went wrong. The audio was so out of sync that I was doing things, and the audio was actually about 6 seconds ahead, and terrible things happened. So regardless, I do want to show you. So here's the insides, and that is it. It is this little board. It is the 10 buttons, and it's a USB cable inside this amazing custom enclosure. Now, you may be wondering, why did I put this in a cardboard box? Well, first of all, it was terrible to use on the breadboard. When I had it protoed, I had all the buttons just hanging. You can see all these wires were plugged to the buttons, and they were just hanging on the desk, and you didn't know which button was which, and it just wasn't working. So I had to put it into something, and I was going to put it on a piece of cardboard. I was just going to have it on a sheet of cardboard, mount the buttons, and I came across this box, which is a hard drive shipping box, and it just worked out. It just worked out so well. So without further ado, I want to give you the details on this. So, this is version 1 of the board. And the only reason that there's 2 versions of this board is because I thought I could do it better. I bought these, which are a bunch of male and female pin headers, 40 pin, and I bought those to cut them down to put the Arduino in. There's something wrong with these. When I went to solder them in, they soldered like garbage, and I thought maybe possibly I had made the contacts on the board too small. But that's not true, because I did end up having the same soldering issue on the second board. So I'm going to put a link to those in the description, but only as a do not buy. They were absolutely terrible, so you don't want those. Oh, and if you're observant, you have caught the fact that there is no USB port on this Arduino. And that's because when you're prying it up out of the proto board and you have your finger up under this side and it slips, it will rip the USB port clean off. So that guy's garbage. So I did end up ordering some new ones, and everything is fine, obviously, because we're using the box. But if you look at this, flip it over this way. It's just 2 female headers for the Arduino. A series of male headers. These are the positive coming into the switches, and this is the input to the Arduino. I use 2 resistor packs instead of the individual resistors, as you see here. Instead of having all those resistors on the board to make the board smaller, I went ahead and got Resistor Networks, which also came from Amazon. I will put a link to these in the description as a buy. This was a good deal. I can't remember how much it was. It wasn't very much, but it comes with a good variety. It did have the 4 network and the 8 network, which is 5 and 9 pin, in 10K, which is what I needed. So that's it. That's the whole thing. Now, I did not do a transfer and etching video because there's a bazillion toner transfer PCB videos on YouTube, and for me to make another one, it would have just got lost in the wash. It really just didn't matter. But my secrets are that I use Staples brand LaserJet photo paper and a HP printer. Now, I'm not saying HP is the only one that works, but I tried it with my Dell. Did not do a good job. So I ran it through the HP at a 1200 Pro resolution, which is, I want to say, 180 LPI. And I use just a cheapy, like $5 home iron. Put it on there, put the iron on, move the iron around. I weigh just over 200 pounds. I'm about 206 pounds. I put a good amount of force on there. Keep the iron moving 60 seconds, and not with a stopwatch. I just counted 1, 2, 3. Hold it off, run it under cold water, and then soak it in hot water. It does take a little bit of time, 5-10 minutes, whatever. I just start rubbing, and the paper will lift off. It leaves a little bit of almost a clear junk in between some of the traces, but a wooden toothpick or a bamboo skewer does really good for scraping it off. Keep it wet, scrape it off clean in between, and it's beautiful. Here's a photo of the version 2. As you can see here, the board turned out great. It is a little bit bigger than version 1, but I wanted to have better contact points for mounting it later. Back over to the first version, you see how small the mounting points were on that, and that may have caused problems when we go to mount that in the enclosure, which is not this enclosure. We are going to custom 3D print an enclosure when the printer gets here, which our second one we ordered, which is the Anet A8 from GearBest. I'll put a link to that in the description as well. That is sitting in Huntsville, Alabama right now, waiting to be shipped through UPS, the post office, and we're excited about it being here. But yeah, this little box, just like that. I mean, it's fantastic. You just hit the button and it goes. I'll admit that once in a while it does kind of glitch, but not very often. It just works stupidly well. The R button with the R is to start and stop my recordings. Mute obviously mutes the mic if I push but then I push it again and you can hear me. So yeah, that works exceptionally well. The code, which we won't go through that line by line. I'll make sure that it's got sufficient notes in it, and I will upload it as a zip file to our website for you to download. I'll also include the schematic for this. It was drawn in Eagle, which you can get Eagle through AutoCAD now, and you can get a free license. It's not the free use license is good for anybody that's not running a business. But it's basic. You dedicate the keys. You specify what pins you're going to use for the buttons. It should be noted, however, that there are 8 pins on this side and 4 on this side, which does not equal 10. It equals 12 for those of you who are slow with math. The reason I did that, well, one, because the Arduino Pro Micro is more than capable of carrying the extra pins, but also because I want to put eventually a socket on the side I can have a foot controlled switch for like a cough button, or to start and stop the recording by foot instead of by hand push. So yeah, easy as that. I love it. I absolutely love it. You don't have to fumble around and look at the keyboard. I'm thinking about building the second one for Photoshop use, and maybe another one. I do a lot of Rhino 3D, which is what I've been modeling stuff to 3D print in. There's a lot of shortcuts that you can do in there. It would be nice to have some quick push buttons to get to those shortcuts. And as ridiculous as this little box is, that's awesome. That is just awesome. Maybe it would even be possible to take this platform, write more code where when you push a different button, it changes the programming inside so that you only have to have one for however many different uses that you want to do. Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really excited that it worked as easy as it did. I hope that you guys build one. If you do build one, please, by all means, reach out to us, either through a comment here on YouTube or through our Facebook or our website, anywhere you want to reach out to us and let us know that you built one, what you're using it for, how it worked out. It's always fun to see what other people do with your things. So far, if you like this series and you wanna keep up with us, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ring the bell if you want to be notified of new videos. If you like what's going on, hit a thumbs up. If you don't like what's going on, hit a thumbs down. But please, if you give us a thumbs down, take a couple seconds to leave us a comment and tell us what we can do to make the videos better. We can't get better without your input. I mean, we do this for you, well, and a little bit for us, but I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing the hot box. And again, in our next installment, we'll be printing a custom case for this. And until then, print on.